Hi everyone, this is Dr. Steve Decker, the Director of the Meteorology Undergraduate Program, here to talk to you about some of the highlights of our program here at Rutgers. First things first, the Meteorology Undergraduate Program is one of 3 programs found within the Department of Environmental Sciences, which in turn is one of the academic departments within the School of Environmental and Biological Sciences. So you're here at the SEBS open house learning about lots of things about the school, and in particular the meteorology undergraduate program. Now, the department runs a number of facilities that we make heavy use of in the meteorology undergraduate program. We have the PAM site here on the left, which measures all sorts of air pollutants like particulate matter and ozone, mercury, but also lots of state-of-the-art meteorological equipment as well. Just about any measurement you could think of, it's probably being taken here at the PAM site, and it can be used in the classroom. We also have a traditional weather station in Rutgers Gardens. This is in the Weather Services Cooperative Observing Network, which means that every morning at 8 a.m. a student is paid part-time to take an official observation from the station and send it off to the Weather Service. We also have a Doppler radar on campus. This is a jointly run with WNBC, Channel 4 in New York. Storm Tracker 4 is what they call it. But we have the radar data to use in our classroom as well. And even certain times we can control the radar from the classroom in our remote sensing class. The meteorology program here at Rutgers is a medium size. You can see right now we have 48 students, so averaging 12 students in a given class. We also have 10 faculty involved in some way with the meteorology program. I mentioned earlier, meteorology is one of the programs inside the Department of Environmental Sciences. So if you look at the department, you'll find many more faculty than are listed on this particular slide. 2 of our faculty are AMS Fellows, or Fellows of the American Meteorological Society, and that's one of the highest honors that the AMS bestows on some of its members. So we are proud to have 2 of those fellows on our faculty. Careers in meteorology. So I always get asked, aren't computers doing everything these days? Do we even need meteorologists? Are there jobs for meteorologists? And the answer is yes, there are jobs for meteorologists. In fact, the job outlook is currently faster than average growth in the area of atmospheric science and meteorology. You can also see the median pay based on this survey from the Department of Labor on this slide as well. But it's not just broadcast meteorology or the weather service, weather forecasting. As we'll see, there are many different career paths that you can take with a meteorology degree from Rutgers. Here's another slide just showing meteorology and atmospheric science compares fairly well to some of these other areas of earth science. Depending on the career goal you have, a bachelor's degree may be enough. For instance, if you want to be on TV, a bachelor's degree is all you need. If you want to be in the weather service, either a bachelor's or master's degree, depending on the particular situation. If you want to be a research scientist, then a master's or a PhD degree would be what you would be aiming for. Another study or survey recently found that of all the different majors they looked at, actually atmospheric science and meteorology was the #1 major in terms of having the lowest unemployment rate. Just speaking to the job opportunities that do exist for our students. Here's where some of our students who have graduated in the last decade have ended up. So in addition to some of the more traditional places like the Weather Service or on TV as a broadcast meteorologist, you can also see things like the aviation industry, a civil engineering firm, Wall Street, research as well. So Stephanie here is at the FAA facility down at Atlantic City, for instance. Environmental planning. NJDEP is a large employer of our graduates in the realm of environmental meteorology. And there are none on this slide, but there are plenty of the graduates of ours who are in the energy industry, but the traditional, think natural gas or utility industries, as well as the renewable energy industries. Our program, one of its hallmarks is its flexibility. So there are some programs that are out there where if you're a meteorology major, pretty much your entire course plan is set in stone and there isn't a lot of wiggle room. But here at Rutgers, we do it differently. We give you flexibility, both within the major. You can choose from a variety of different options within the meteorology major here at Rutgers, from operational meteorology to environmental meteorology to climate, or our 4+1 option, which allows you to get both the master's and bachelor's degrees in 5 years instead of the more traditional 6 years. But regardless of which option you choose, there is room in your schedule to complete a minor or even a double major. And of course, there are probably hundreds of different minors and majors at Rutgers overall. I'm not listing all of them here, but just the ones that are more popular for our meteorology students to choose. Here in SEBS, it's not required to complete a minor, but many of our students do decide to do so to sort of pick a particular niche that they want to aim for in their career. Environmental geomatics might be the most confusing one on this list. It's just our fancy name for GIS here at Rutgers. There's also opportunities to take classes and get outdoors into the atmosphere that we're studying, both a severe weather forecasting field trip that I lead in the summertime, as well as a tropical environmental challenges in Costa Rica class that involves a week-long field trip to Costa Rica to learn about the ecosystem down there and how it's already being impacted by climate change. In terms of extracurricular activities, we have a student chapter of the American Meteorological Society here at Rutgers that almost all of our meteorology majors are involved in. They go on field trips. You can see here's a picture of a field trip to AccuWeather. And they also go to the annual meeting of the American Meteorological Society every year, and that's a great opportunity to network with meteorologists from all around the world, really, that go to that particular meeting. We also have a broadcast meteorology program jointly run between our program and the Rutgers TV network. And we have state-of-the-art equipment, a studio, and one of the dorms that students can use for Weather Watcher. I've shown here just a few of our many alumni who are in that the TV world and where they are right now. Both the Meteorology Club and Weather Watcher have been recognized by the university, and so here are some of the plaques that they have won. As a student, you also have opportunities for jobs and internships. I mentioned the part-time job of being the weather observer out at Rutgers Gardens, but you could also work at the state climatology office. Plenty of internship opportunities and private companies even nearby that our students have worked at even while being Rutgers students. And there are lots of research opportunities as well. Many different formal programs associated with the university or the school, but there's also our independent study class called Research Problems in Meteorology. So no matter what, you do have the opportunity to engage in research with one of our faculty while an undergraduate. I also need to mention the Weather Watcher Living Learning Community, which is housed over here in Perry Hall. This is where the TV studio is, and it's a dorm. So you can live in Perry Hall in this living learning community and walk right down the hall to the TV studio and be on the air on the campus TV station. It's right across the field from the building called the ENR building, where almost all of the meteorology faculty are found, most of our classes are found, all of our facilities that are indoor, pretty much in that particular building. And this is a great experience, not just for students interested in broadcast meteorology, but really students interested in meteorology in general, because no matter what career path you take, you're going to need to have good communication skills, and doing Weather Watcher is a great way to build that extemporaneous speaking skill. To sum things up, why should you come to Rutgers for meteorology? Well, Rutgers is a big place. It's a state university. It's part of the Big Ten. Tens of thousands of undergraduate students. But at the same time, here in the School of Environmental and Biological Sciences, we're just a small piece of that larger Rutgers University. So as a meteorology student, and hence a SEBS student, you're part of this smaller community that feels like a small school, while at the same time having all of those resources and opportunities that a big school presents as well. We have a number of top programs, not just meteorology, but marine science, mathematics, you name it. There's a great program here at Rutgers, and so if you do decide to double major or minor in something, that other program is also going to be very good. And it also means you don't have to transfer for Plan B. If meteorology doesn't work out for you, something here at Rutgers will work out for you. Our medium size, I think, is just right. Our students tell us when they graduate that one of the things they love most about our program is the family-like atmosphere. We're one of the few universities with a radar here on campus that we can use in the classroom. And we have a proven track record. Our alumni are successful out in the workplace. We've been ranked highly by these independent organizations that love to rank universities. And one of our students has been accepted to the University Corporation for Atmospheric Research's Leadership Workshop every year. This is a program where every university with a meteorology program essentially nominates one student, and they pick the top 20 students. And every year, and this has been going on for 25 years or so, so all 15 years or so, I should say. So all 15 years, a Rutgers student has been in that top 20. So with that, I will stop here, and I hope to see you in the various Zoom meetings during the open house to address any questions you may have. Thank you for your attention.